Welcome everyone to Storm Roof Roofing YouTube channel. My name is Dmitry Lipinski, your host. In this video, I'm going to explain how insurance companies commit fraud on a regular basis and what contractors like Storm Roof have to do to combat insurance companies in their practices. Thanks so much for coming. My name is Dmitry Lipinski. I'm a founder and owner of Storm Roof Roofing. We've been in business for 6 years, and we decided to make this series of videos about insurance fraud, insurance scams, and what insurance companies are doing for the homeowners, for the contractors, and how unethical it is and how bad it is. Last June in Minnesota, we have massive hail, and a lot of areas, a lot of cities got affected. Over 200,000 homes. You still can drive through town and you see all those houses with the siding looks like shredded cheese. And to this day, my company and a lot of other companies in town are dealing with the damage, dealing with insurance companies, and a lot of homeowners don't understand how insurance process works, and a lot of insurance companies trying to blame contractors for being greedy and for us to be a bad guy. But at the end of the day, what we see very common in the country, that insurance companies are committing fraud every single day. And we've seen it at a mass scale in Minnesota last year. So what's happening is the insurance adjuster comes out when, if you the homeowner, you have a damage, you call insurance company, insurance adjuster comes out, he looks at everything and he's gonna create a scope of work in Xactimate software, the same software that the contractors are using. So if we're using the same software, how we can have different opinions, you ask? Well, that's because insurance companies miss a lot of stuff, and on average, 30–40% when it comes to dollar amount are missed. So they know the rules, they know what they should be doing. Like for example, last year in Champlin, Minnesota, my own city, I met an adjuster from Texas, and the job was $9,000 in the beginning. Actually, my father-in-law. And at the end, it was $15,000. So you go from $9,000 to $15,000. And the problem with that is because you always will find a company who are willing to work for less, for $9,000. Somebody who doesn't have a license, somebody who just desperate to get any job, he will agree to it. So insurance companies knowing that, so what they do is they come out, it's a big business for them, and they pretty much lowball homeowners left and right. We see it all the time. So now companies like ours have a big challenge in front of us, because when we come to the homeowner and we look at the paperwork, we have to educate homeowner why $9,000 is not enough, why it has to be $15,000. And a lot of times homeowners will start getting estimates and start looking on the behalf of the insurance companies to look for better deals. Let me ask you this: if you are sick and you go to the hospital and you know the doctor who you trust to work on your body, to do the surgery, to perform whatever is it in a medical condition you are, will help you to feel better, are you going to shop around for doctors? No, you're probably going to come to the doctor, come to the medical office or hospital and say, this is what I need to do, this is my insurance company, please bill them. Well, in the medical field, it's very common. People don't shop for doctors. Well, we're like doctors, but only on different field. We're in construction. When we come to your house, we know what needs to be done. We know the codes, we know the local authorities, we know what cities require for us to do for the permitting and all of that. We know the labor laws, we know how to be qualified to actually be on the roofs, OSHA rules and all of that. It all comes with a price. It's not cheap to be in business these days. But what's happening is when insurance say it's $9,000 and we know it's $15,000, we have to fight, because otherwise we're going to be statistic. And statistically, roofing companies in business only for a year and a half. In 90% of the companies are out of business in 7 years. One of the reasons companies are going out of business because insurance companies dragging the payments, dragging the process. I know companies who have been went out of business after 5–6 years being in business and being prosperous. Why? Because when you do 100–200 jobs and insurance companies delaying the payments from you, and before you know it, you have to close your doors because you cannot pay your own bills. You cannot pay your own suppliers. Those will shut you down. So it's not a joke. Now let's get back to insurance fraud and how insurance companies are committing the fraud. So in our case, the job I just described to you, $9,000. I looked briefly in estimate and I asked the adjuster right away, hey, why are you not giving me ice and water? That's the code in Minneapolis. He's like, just add it. Well, it's $1,000. So the thing is, they know what they're doing. So insurance companies pretty much get away with it. Oh, I was in a hurry. It's their job. It's their full job description to write those insurance claims. It's all they do all day long. Now, we don't mind to do it for them, but there is a long process for it, and a lot of companies are hiring professional supplementers who will go in through Xactimate, through a lot of stuff, and a lot of times it's a fight. Unfortunately, we're in very hard business. We have to put the boxing gloves on and fight those insurance companies on behalf of our homeowners, just like the job yesterday. Listen to this clip. This is one of the reasons we keep making videos about insurance companies. AmFam. I mean, look at this wall right here. Do you see the dent? So insurance adjuster comes in, probably blind. Was he blind? Maybe he was legally blind. Look at this, all the hits. Look at that at the top. Do you see how many hits? Siding is broken. He didn't buy anything. He doesn't see the damage, and these homeowners have to live with the siding, with the water penetrating and destroying the house while he keeps paying premiums to insurance company. And who is the bad guy according to insurance companies? Us. We are greedy just for trying to help homeowners to restore their property. I mean, they did agree to this. I just don't get the logic. I don't get the logic. This is damage from hail, but that is not. As you've seen that wall, it's very common. We see it all the time, more times than we should have seen it. You have a wall of the house and insurance adjusters say, this is damage, this is damage, this is damage, but that one is not a damage. Well, makes no sense, but does it? Well, for insurance companies, it does make sense because they're in business to make money. In 2016, insurance companies collected $65 billion in premiums. They only pay out, I believe, 5 or 6. So they sitting on a lot of funds they reinvested and so on. Now, you as a homeowner keep paying your premiums. When disaster happens, when hail damage happens, insurance adjuster comes in, you don't have to settle. They have to pay to replace the damage. They have to bring your property to condition the same it was before the damage. Make sure you don't settle for less. If you need help fighting insurance companies, please let us know. We have a team of attorneys who will help us on the higher cases. If your insurance claim maybe already have been denied, we would love to help. That's what we do at Storm Group. We're not a storm chasing company. We don't knock at the doors. We'll never come or harass or call you. That's not what we do. We come to you when you call us. Please give us a call if you do have storm damage, if you want a trusted contractor who actually takes care of, puts your interest first, not insurance companies, not the profits. Job comes first. We have to take care of you as a client, your property at all costs. We don't care if it's St. Paul Historical District. We'll file 10 permits if we have to. We'll deal with the inspectors. We'll deal with insurance companies. We'll deal with anybody in a way to restore your property to condition it was before. Thank you so much for coming. I hope to hear from you soon. There's still to this day thousands and thousands of homes that needs to be repaired. There's a lot of homeowners I know they're frustrated because insurance companies came out and they didn't do what they were supposed to be doing, or they only started the claim and gave them a little bit when it's supposed to be a lot. I want you to know we have a lot of claims that start with the $2,000 repairs and ended up in the $40,000, $50,000 full replacements. We can do it. We know how insurance companies works. We know how to combat them, and we will help you. Thanks for watching another storm proofing video. If you like our content, if you like this video, please let me know what you think in comments below. Would like to hear from you. I reply to all my comments. Hit that bell not to miss our future videos about roofing. See you next time.